but that's why I came here to Cincinnati. I want to help these guys win football games. I'm a Bengal now, so it's not these guys. I'm a part of that. So I was happy to step in and do what I love to do, and that's play the game of football. And now it's to be a Cincinnati Bengal, which I take a lot of pride in. You know, it's wild.
How comfortable were you being thrown into that situation?
You know, I always take a lot of pride and confidence in being prepared, especially mentally. But, you know, I think that was the second time I had been in shoulder pads in 8 months, you know, since my days in Minnesota, previous employment about 8 months ago. So regardless, I was prepared. I knew that when called upon, I wanted to make sure I was ready to go because you already got so much respect for guys in this locker room, in this organization, and I wanted Ted Karras to be able to count on me. I wanted Joe Burrow to be able to count on me. I wanted Zach Taylor to be able to count on me. And like I told you, it wasn't the ideal situation that you would draw up, but I had extreme confidence in myself to be able to step in and be a vessel to help the Bengals win when called upon, and that I was just called upon earlier than I thought.
What was your external impression of Joe before you got to meet him?
My external impression was I didn't quite know, you know, what Joe Burrow was all about. I knew that he was a dog. I knew Joe Burrow was out here going to Super Bowls and leading the Bengals to winning seasons. But being here now, being able to see the way he goes about his business, the type of leader that he is, how he carries the Cincinnati Bengals and the guys around him is pretty special. And for me, it was a special moment to be able to share the field with him, not only share the field, but be able to protect him. And that's something I'm going to take a lot of pride in for the rest of this season, being a Bengal.
What's the biggest thing you've noticed just being around him for a short amount of time?
I just say how dialed he is. How dialed he is. The focus is always there. I mean, I don't think one time I've seen him joking around, laughing during a walkthrough or relax on the sideline. I mean, this dude is always dialed, and you kind of watch him and you wonder, you know, is he dialed like this all the time? Is this his demeanor or what? And you know, I'm still trying to figure him out, and he's trying to, I'm sure, figure me out. But I got a lot of respect for him, and I take a lot of pride in protecting him. I can tell you that.
Do you get a sense for how competitive he is?
Yeah, extremely competitive. You know, for me, you know, being an older player in this league, I've been around a lot of quarterbacks, been on a lot of football teams, and he's one of the most dialed guys that I've seen. He seems like one of the most competitive guys. He wants to win. You could tell when he walks in this building and then when he leaves this building that he eats, breathes, and sleeps football, and what he wants to do is win championships. And for me, blocking for him, you wouldn't want anything else as your quarterback.
Given the circumstance of you being new here and kind of thrown into it
in
an emergency situation, how do you feel like you played?
You know, I'm always going to be my self-worst critic. I think I did a lot of really good things, but I think that there's plenty of things to step up on my area, whether that's communication with Mims and me and him getting to work on the same page, communication with Ted. There's always things to get better. So I think we all can think from yesterday against the Cleveland Browns as it was an ugly win, but we're 1-0. We're 1-0 away. We're 1-0 in the division, and it wasn't a pretty win. But at the end of the day, we got the job done. And I kind of feel like with my role, being at the house 14 days ago and being in the game yesterday, I'm really happy with the performance, but I don't think there's ever a game that I'll look you in the eye and tell you there's not a lot I need to clean up. So I want to clean things up, continue to get better with my teammates, get to know them, how they roll, but really just grateful for the way that they welcomed me, to be honest. Like the way Ted Karras threw me under his wing and just took care of me. I can see why he's a Cincinnati Bengal. I can see why they just extended Ted Karras. I mean, I have a lot of respect for that guy. I've only been here 8 days. He sure has made me feel at home and make me feel wanted, and I really appreciate that. And I'd be remiss if I, you know, didn't give Jesus all the credit, man, because, you know, sometimes you just throw them hands and hopefully you stonewall a guy and you feel like Jesus is doing some of the work. So really just, I know it seems cliche, guys, but I'm just grateful to be a Bengal, grateful to be playing in year 7. I don't know what game that was that I played, but I think it's over 85 or something like that, and that's a blessing for a kid coming from Wiggins, Colorado.
I don't know if anybody has passed along this quote, but Ted said of your performance yesterday, the most stunning example of football professionalism he's ever seen.
Oh, wow, man. You got to make me blush on television, man. That's special. I'll keep it at that. If I say too much, I'll probably get made fun of in the offensive line room. But like I said earlier, I stand by my statement of why I know Ted Karras just got extended here is because of the leader he is. I don't think I've quite been around it, to be honest. And the way he's uplifted me, and I haven't even heard that quote yet. So it's not like I heard that, and that's why I was saying it. So I'll probably have you send that to me, and I'll screenshot it and have my wife frame it or something. So when I'm older, I can tell my grandkids that, yeah, Ted did say that about your dad.